As soon as you get this going, you've got the forward positioning. Houston looking like they don't want to give this up too easily. In fact, a perfect leap in there by Mag actually completely splits up the team. The bubble blocking a lot of heals. Piggy is in trouble, and they're forcing ultimates out. Crimson are using a Transcendence, but Decay just takes Happy straight out. Not over yet, though. Crimson leading the charge as well, firing shot after shot with the Discord Orbs. They need to get these kills, and they're finally going to be getting them on the other side of the kill feed for once. This is going to be them being able to eventually reclaim this point.
Well, it's good work from the Outlaws, but and Crimson as well, hitting some great shots to slay Decay. Outlaws have to keep retreating with their backline and create that distance for Crimson to do work.
Good whip shot. That's wonderful by Jake. Just completely denies Mag away from the high ground. There's the pulse bomb combo straight up into it. That's the backline of Justice taken out. No more heals for them, and that's an instant disengage from this team fight. They know they can't win this one. Fury just trying not to get demeched and staggered there.
Right over the backline. He knows if he can isolate Crimson and push him out, that's a huge amount of extra damage that's being reduced from the Outlaws side. What do they have that can turn this fight? Maybe Happy with a pulse at some point, but the Justice are going aggressive again.
Yeah, that self-destruct is almost impeccable. It completely pushes Jake back. He can't lead it in with his team with the rally armor engaged. Overtime is going. Somebody's still playing the point. I think it might be. It is indeed Dreamer on the point. Happy as well, just causing a bit of havoc. Might have already just gotten 2 kills for them, potentially still winnable for them. Now a Transcendence being built. Crimson has just been putting in damage this entire time. He's built up another one, and they may have just salvaged this.
What a clutch! I did not see that one coming. I thought you
space here. They're trying to work around the flank with the speed boost coming through. That's an EMP though, as they try to engage onto them.
It's a good one.
Could be an opportunity for them, but nobody is really dealing with Decay. He's going to get spotted. So much damage. Crimson trying to dodge a juke. He gets the volley off the pulse, though traded. It's 1 for 1. A bit of post-mortem coming out. Still the Justice. They've got enough picks. Can they try and find it? Happy wants to try and at least mitigate this threat that's coming their way. This round really going to the brink now with 99% on either side eventually. Dreamer hacked up, so not going to be able to use these mines. Just needs to try and stay alive. You can see the peel is there from Piggy, but a big pile driver to set up that. The tanks are going down. The Samurai on top of it, the Washington Justice. They've got every tool at their disposal, everything necessary to try and at least flip this one over. See what the Outlaws have got in their tank to try and find this fight.
Last time Happy came up with the goods, managed to get a kill. Jake so close to rally, as is Crimson to his Transcendence, taken down at 96%, and Jake burnt down as well. Bebe's call just out-tempos them both, and that Bio Orb seals up the back line.
So difficult to try and find, and now a couple of players left for them. The mines kill onto Bebe, but the overtime, it trickles down. Looking potentially turnable there for the Outlaws, but my word, so tightly still working as a group here. You can see the power drive actually disrupts them as they were trying to rotate onto the Houston Outlaws, but the positioning Crimson is playing in a very nice angle. He's going to be putting out the heals and the damage once more. Justice trying to jump on them with Dreamer going down. It's a huge opening for them, and Decay, I mean, he's unleashed right now. Look at him just trying to push away Happy, who's on the point, just trying to get any sort of kills he can, but eventually brought down there. Discipline and determination being showcased by the Washington Justice as the coalescence is off. Decay, meanwhile, still causing a bit of damage there into the backline, and Mag with this Primal Rage is eventually going to get brought down there, but he did force out the Transcendence. Still, with all of them going down, it's an even fight for either side. Crimson just trying to survive, but with the EMP, that's the DPS line of the Washington Justice putting in the good work there. Point flipped over though. Outlaws in control of it, but it feels like this team fight again, the Washington Justice is going to be... So pulse bomb onto Fury, very, very low in the end. Close to just trying to whip around and follow up on some of the damage here as
Bebe hacked.
That's just trying to boop them, but with Bebe hacked, it's an easy kill. And the Houston Outlaws, with the tank line missing from the Justice, they should be the winners of this team fight here. The hack onto Closer, yeah, they realize the fight is over.
It all works.
Hack onto Dreamer, so low, he's right in the bubble as well. The heals are going to be hard to come by. Tracked down by Decay, the bomb as well as that. Fury just comboing it all up, pushing them into these awkward angles. The Outlaws have no choice but to collapse, unfortunately for them. Point again, Happy sends in the pulse bomb. Doesn't get too much done, but now we see Dreamer again rolling deep into the enemy team. It's hacked up though, can't really do too much, but with Fury demeched, the Justice are struggling to find answers. Mag's got to come up big now with this Primal Rage, but with the Discord Orb on him, he's taking so much damage. Samurai replied though, now it's time for him to go back in again, but Crimson has been holding on to this Transcendence the whole time. It's going to be a freebie. The team's led across the point, and with the damage on top of it, they're all pushed away. The round secured here for the Outlaws, going the absolute ground. A little bit before the Outlaws could. And look at where this fight's taking place. It's practically in the Outlaws' spawn. He booped away here, closer, just trying to take a slide-off angle, but with Bebe falling, that, again, a massive pick-off for them. I think it is completely intentional as well from the Outlaws that they are just trying to force out the fade, put the Discord Orb on Bebe the entire time, make sure that Bebe goes down. The pulse bomb connects. Decay at least gets one of the tanks out of the fight. You see Jake using that rally now to lead the team forwards with the EMP on top of it. This is the Outlaws with a ton of damage, and the Coalescence is really just being mitigated. A nice stun. Jake bashes him right out of it as well to cancel it. Not going to be having that ultimate now for this fight, and with the Transcendence healing on top, that's the Outlaws sealing the deal there. Trying to bait them onto the point here, potentially to get the EMP off. It only connects onto Dreamer, though. He's already around the corner. Sound barrier as well from closer, and Decay with a pulse bomb. All the ultimates committed. A lot of individuality. What a stick from Happy! The fade away onto his opposition. You are joking. It forces Mag to now use his Primal Rage because he's uncertain as the direction of this team fight. But it is enough to eventually secure it and get this point under their control the first time in this round.
Yeah, they have a ton of space here to be able to work with, and Dante has that EMP. There he goes.
Yep, Decay just goes down instantly. Assassin, I believe, hacked up as well, so nowhere to run with the Discord Orbs perfectly placed onto every single target. It's the Outlaws in control of the situation. They flipped over the point. It's going to be 99% with the overtime going. Can the Washington Justice even approach this? They're trying to jump onto this now. Decay's going to be using that recall just to get back to safety. He has brought it into the overtime. Can anybody else, though? Bebe forced to use the fade to at least just prolong it out. But what can Mag do? The bubbles burst immediately. Fury left alone onto the point. It's just inevitable now for the Outlaws to be taking map number 1 here.
Certainly looks like it. Great start for Houston. This is what their franchise has been looking for.
Now you can see the aggression of which they're trying to take this fight. The Houston Outlaws realize they need something big. But with Dreamer out of the fight there, off to the side, gets taken down there from the excess damage that Assassin is able to put out. It's really just looking like a done and dusted deal here for Washington Justice.
That is going to be the cap, though. I mean, that looked dangerous for a moment, like there was the potential of some kind of retake, but when they didn't have healers particularly there, this is going to...
It's the Primal Rage that Mag managed to get off. The EMP used in a response by the Houston Outlaws. It's defensive in nature. Dreamer will go down in the end. Assassin falls as well, so a lack of damage now for them. With the sound barrier on top of it, the Justice are trying to persevere through this team fight, potentially take it away from them, but Dante waiting, had to use a duplicate on any target that was in front of him. Ended up being the Lucio here. Now he's got to just try and do his job. He'd prefer a main tank, I'm sure of it. Has built up the sound barrier. He's going to be getting it off there. Onto the 5 targets, so a bit of extra health for them to try and chew through. Already pushing right deep into them. The beam following up. Mag falls in the end, so the Houston Outlaws leapt all the way into the back, and Happy he's built up this EMP. Just needs to get back to the rest of the team. Might off to use it. He does indeed. Right into the back. Decay slept up, nowhere to run. Completely CC'd up, I should say. The damage that they can now just put through is a little bit too much to overcome once more for the Washington Justice. Fury is going to be demaxed again. Justice have been criticized in the past as well over the course of this season for not really taking the initiative enough. That's what we're waiting for. Big South Destruct. Cuts across the point there from Piggy. Hacked up. Or sorry, I should say that was the duplicate of Dante. Building up that bomb. Very low though. Closer now has to invest his sound barrier to keep everybody alive. Mag being pressured so heavily. Picks up the health pack, so he is going to be healthy once more, leaping right into them. Nice whip shot to push them away. The kills are finally going the way of the Justice. This is the timing they were waiting for.
Here's the Coalescence to try and close this thing out as well. Jake with the rally, trying to stand toe-to-toe, attempting to stand tall, and they're buying time here for Happy to come back with an EMP. Can he get in time? No, he can't.
But it's on the
Hacked out of EMP.
Assassin. Hacked out of it. It was an EMP of Assassin, and it was a huge one. Cleared them all away, and they're going to be able to close it out. Capping up checkpoint B, 32.
But a blizzard into the backline on any kind of speed boost, and the Outlaws' backline is just destroyed, surely.
Decay into the back, he channels up the Deadeye. It pushes them all away as well. The Outlaws, they thought that they'd set themselves up, but the res will not be denied this time. Bit of pressure being played onto the point. Justice using that sound barrier just to stay into the fight for now. You can see
good
Dante just
isolation
diving right into the back here, all onto the staircase. A lot of damage just cleaving all the way through them. That's a self-destruct and way too much to overcome here. Dante has the mech to get back into, but he's just waiting for the duplicate time to fade away. That's what they needed. The Outlaws just needed it again. And Matrix from Bebe. Drop down there. Crimzo needs to be careful. Oh my goodness. Fire strike right through it.
Snipe. That's so good by Mag. And the pin as well, finding the timing. Almost got Dante. There's a reason why this guy is #1 when it comes to final blows. #1 in damage. #1 in...
That is a whiff. I mean, there's no other way to put it, unless he was trying to predict some sort of 90 IQ play with Assassin walking into it, but I don't think that's the case. Okay, that's a little bit odd, and I don't know if it's going to be throwing him off. Ult's still being invested here from Houston. Channeling up the Deadeye, though. Decay going to be pushing them all away. Piggy eating it up. Still the fight continues. Yeah, but now the EP into the back. Assassin just wiping them all out. The backline of the Houston Outlaws, they can't withstand it. Comes through with the nano boost on him. Bubble off onto the corner. He's really being pushed right into the back of the map. That's a shatter, and that's going to connect. Dreamer and Crimzo, they're dropped down to the floor here. Snipe's going to be going for the pin right in there. Mag, the immortality field just to keep him alive. Tries to go for the snipe once more. Outlaws forced to disengage.
Yeah, they have been rocked back. It's a nice bio-nade, but it's way too late. There's going to be no follow-up available, and Crimzo pays his life for it.
20 seconds.
The Washington just remaining.
Someone's got to try and touch. They're being pushed away on every angle. Happy's managed to get in, almost pays with his life. Overtime now ticking. That's a self-destruct. Good placement of it, which pushes them indoors. That's a pulse bomb. It does force out the immortality field, but what can you do to prevent that? The Death Blossom ripping across the point. It eventually fades away, but Assassin's still doing the damage, and Decay as well. Washington can always rely on the DPS players of this squad to get the damage done, and that is going to be the map. Washington Justice securing it down anytime soon. Surrounded by teammates. They're going to be helping and assisting. Already, look at that. That's a capture, straight up. Houston just missing the objective, trying to stall that one out.
Yeah, the timing on that was pretty far wrong for the Outlaws. And you can see as they commit to this team fight, there was still a chance that they would have been able to win that one out. That's a pretty good old-fashioned Charlie Niner, I'm not going to lie. 5.5 minutes on the clock as well. That's an early one.
Pushed away. Almost getting that kill. Happy has to use the recall there.
It's a good EMP by Dante.
It is fantastic. That one pick is going to be disrupting this push, at least from Justice, but now they're going deep in here. Bebe uses that fade just to get into position. Decay with a pulse bomb, of course, that's going to be a connection, and he gets the beat down on Happy as well. A cheeky little two-piece for him, always consistent with these picks.
Justice, again, have good positioning. The Outlaws are going to have a choke point at their backs, and even that pulse bomb can do nothing against Mag's Primal. How on earth does that kill happen, though?
Okay, Bebe taken out somewhere along the line there. Discord Orb, potentially Jake also getting the stun up on it. Might be able to turn it around, and no, not going to be happening for the Justice. That is a fantastic pick, and also great opening as well, coming out from Happy as well to force out that Primal Rage, so they couldn't really use it at an opportune time. Yeah, Crimzo being peeled for quite effectively.
Whoa!
Point now, getting dangerously coming through. Mag going to be jumping right through the window. The Primal Rage from the back line. No one's really going to be anticipating that anytime soon, and that should be the capture now for the Justice.
What a play from Mag. I love that. The rotations from Justice have all been sublime as well. That though.
Wait.
Oh, and he gets taken down. This forces out the sound barrier, but it's still all going to be fine for the Justice. Their rotates, though, were immaculate. Great calling.
This is a different Justice. Definitely one that we've only seen glimmers of during the regular season. They're going to be stopped short for now as Jake is going to bring down Assassin. The kills should just follow through right now quite nicely. For the Houston Outlaws, collapsing onto them here.
And look at the adjustment in Justice's composition as well. They've moved Bebe over...
Targets, in fact, burnt down already. 300 health on him. But now the team's ready to dive in once again. Washington Justice finding it straight in there. Dreamer falls, but it's traded 1-for-1 with the main tanks. Closer has the sound barrier. Does he opt to use it? Does he think this is a winnable fight? It seems so. Goes straight in there. The self-destruct pushes them away, and Decay's taken out again. Crimzo has been immense on the Zenyatta.
I think he took some of the damage, though, from the self-destruct, because he had the sound barrier on top of him. There's no way Crimzo killed the Fury.
will be able to get that contest going. Decay has to drop himself in. Mag now right in the front lines of the nano boost, but look at those mines scattered right at the gates. Nobody can push past here from the Justice, but at least they got the nano boost off. Mag though, the damage he's taken with the Discord Orb on him, he can do nothing but hold his shield at the end of the day, and with that power driver, that might just seal the deal there. No EMP is going to be able to turn this. Decay still in the fight though. He's a good player, but I don't think he's going to be quite able to 1v6 here and now, and that's going to be stopped just shy of that final checkpoint here for the Justice.
Position right now, good hack on Fury as well. On the destroy Mag.
Oh yeah, Mag had no idea what was coming towards his direction. It was back against the cart, couldn't really turn in any direction, hacked up, stunned. Yeah, a difficult situation to be in right there, and that's a cap. The Justice, they had players to touch. Again, we're seeing a bit of a mirror. This happened when the Justice were attacking, but it's a quick, clean capture.
Yeah, obviously much harder to actually contest when you don't have Mag there as Reinhardt, and he has that big shield to be able.
That's a pulse bomb off to the side. Hack, EMP, onto a lot of targets there, catching all of them. Decay trying to prevent all of it. He's going to be flashbanging, jumping right into them, but he's going to be taken out as well. And a couple of players left now for the Justice, and yeah, fantastic moves from the Outlaws there.
Yeah, another well set up team.
The constant pressure on the objective means that this is coming right up close to the finishing line. EMP only onto Happy and Dreamer, but now to self-destruct. It's perfectly placed.
Oh, wow.
Assassin couldn't go anywhere. Now the EMP is going to be clearing away that sound barrier. Closer gets absolutely nothing with it, and the kills are going to keep toppling here. One-sided kill feed, filled up with green for the Houston Outlaws. It's going to be the cap now into checkpoint B. The Justice, do they need to consider a bit more? Come up huge here, the pulse bomb in hand. It needs to find a target, it needs to find something. Trying to put the pressure onto Happy, trying to move them all the way to Hack into the stairwell. Comes around the corner, that's going to be the collapse. Crimzo will fall in the end, but now the rally armor carrying Houston forwards. Not going to be going down too easily. Just backing off around the corner here. Happy going to be whiffing his own pulse bomb. Washington holding on. They move away from the cart. Seismic slam down onto the deck. He's trying to find his way out of there with the coalescence of Baby Unleashed. Looking for the target, looking for the kill. Not going to be finding too much, but just at the tail end of it, there's Happy falling.
And the Justice are getting so many picks here. They're doing a great job of being able to hold forwards. This kind of spawn camp is only supposed to buy time. You're not really supposed to win here.
Listen, I think of the, I believe it was the Washington Justice in London who actually ended up seeing a full hold at the spawn doors again. There's a self-destruct over the back. Now the Outlaws are finally putting a couple of ultimates into the fight, and they're coming up with the goods, but the Justice, that's a sound barrier. Do they have the damage now with Mag missing? Doesn't look likely, but with Happy taken out, maybe they can at least buy a bit of extra time now. They are falling one by one though, and the Outlaws with the better spawns are going to finally get this cart moving.
That's a long...
That's 3 players down the bubble. A little bit late. Self-destruct over the top, and now the EMP is used, but where's the follow-up? The team isn't ready. And look at this. Decay's in your front line with the Death Blossom. He's already taken him out. Traded 1 for 1 though. And closer falls as Dreamer ends up committing that Primal Rage. Just bashing them all around. Unable to really get anything going here. No connection for the Washington Justice. It's being passed around the court, it feels like. That's going to be the team fight win for them. So the Outlaws... wasn't a fantastic start, but at least they managed to salvage this.
The B plan for the Houston Outlaws, you know, this is the Winston Anna comp. It's clearly not what they intended to run a lot of starting this series out, where they were running so much ball, so much Zen. Good sleep from Crimzo, but it's just a little too late. The EMP still goes off from Assassin. Catches onto a couple, but here comes the Nano. They're going to still try and fight for this.
Dreamer has to get something hacked up though, so the Primal Rage, he is really just a sitting target. Very durable at that, might be able to get something done. In fact, with the 2 picks going their direction, it's finally looking like they're breaking out of again. Another forward hold here from the Justice.
And even though the Houston Outlaws is winning, Assassin delay the card, wait, buy time, speed boost, Cole, engage again. And this tempo that the Justice are playing at is so hard to deal with.
EMP comes through. Connects onto a bunch of different players there. The Coalescence, they will manage to get it off, being kind of pressured actually into close quarters here. Now Crimzo is in trouble. 70 health, battered away, yep. It's going to be Mag taking him out there. Washington is going to be feeling the pressure.
Who wins this? I think it depends on how clean it is from Assassin. EMP comes out, only catches 1.
Only onto Piggy. Sleep onto Decay, forced to use the Ray Form just to back away and out of there, but he's so low with the Nano Boost on top. That is all the damage done. cleaving right through them. Dreamer leading the charge for the rest of his team, and there is follow-up for the damage here. It's going to go into the overtime. The Outlaws probably sweating at the outcome of that team fight. They're going to be at least able to get checkpoint B here. Now a minute 30 series. That's a 5-man, I think. Bebe with the Coalescence, just again the one target they were hoping to probably catch with that one. So much damage onto them. It's going to be Mag falling. Dreamer so low, just about leaping away and gets the heal. Stunned up though. Decay can't go anywhere. Oh my goodness, the shield bash, the hack, the Bionode, everything committed into him, and that's the Outlaws winning out this team fight. They needed to have that happen, just so they could at least get value out of it, because he hasn't built up his Primal Rage. He wants to be tickling them, doing damage this entire time. Washington not giving up. The self-destruct there from Piggy just lands directly onto the payload. Decay falling, that's a pulse bomb! Oh my word, Happy, you gotta be kidding me. 3 kills into the overtime for the Houston Outlaws, but they are in prime position to push this all the way.
And this is a fumble from Justice. Unbelievable. The Outlaws are able to complete all 3 objectives.
Crimson just trying to stay safe here. He wants to play in positions where he's not going to get dove upon and taken out.
Happy hacked.
Well, hack onto Happy. Yeah, that's an insta-kill. Dreamer tries to disrupt it by power driving into the back, but the damage is done. The Justice waste no time in just diving right into them, and they take them out. The Outlaws just crumbled under that immense amount of pressure that Justice are able to put out with this. It's a danger. You've got to try and at least push him away ever so slightly. It's a good power drive that comes through. A lot of damage done. That's a stick. Jake ends up going down, and they miss
and the Charlie Niner.
Oh my goodness.
In an owl match, Bren?
It would just be karma. It would be karma right now for the Justice to just type C9 question mark. But I think they're above it all. They're above it all.
They're not just above it. They're focused on something else. Phenomenal manual hack as well onto Dreamer to stop it coming through. There's the EMP from Assassin. Fantastic Transcendence though from Crimzo. That's tremendous. Keeps the rest of the Outlaws alive. But he is just getting beamed down, and Decay's right on top of him again.
They're like, okay, we'll wait out the Transcendence, and now we go in with the Coalescence. It is the ult rotation. The cycling from the Justice is excellent. So many low targets here from the Houston Outlaws, unable to really contest this one much further, and that's 4.5 minutes into checkpoint B. The Justice not letting up.
Be able to get off a good EMP. Translocator broken though. That leaves Dante exposed, and he is taken down first.
That was a coordinated play. Decay delivering again. The pulse bomb into the back. That's Crimzo removed. Lack of damage here for the Houston Outlaws. They could be in trouble. They're still taking a team fight, and they've done a decent amount of work. But I think the way it's going, they're just getting whittled down bit by bit here.
Crimzo.
No fade. It's forced out. Here's the EMP. He has it available. Lets it loose. It's perfect. Crimzo taken out. Piggy as well, unable to get back into the mech. Those 2 picks synergized. Decay playing with his DPS partner. Now with 2 minutes 40, only a couple of players remain. Decay is just finding picks and value all over the map. The Outlaws, they unleashed the EMP, but it's a last-ditch effort. That's 3.5 minutes from the Justice. How did they play in the composition with pace? And here it is, the Justice. Again playing the Reinhardt. Oh, they know exactly where he is. What a sleep dart. That was scouted out by Happy. He called it out. Decay's waiting around the corner. Preemptive, they take him out. A wonderful opening here for the Outlaws to potentially finalize this, or maybe get some pick-offs, but the way this is going, just dragging it all out. The Outlaws, he does get 2. The Outlaws are going to win out this team fight just from the very nature of them having the closer spawn location, and they needed to win it cleanly. I mean, look at the time bank comparison, 25 seconds. Still the Justice, just slowly. Well, that's Dante building up a very quick self-destruct there off the back of that duplicate. Still the overtime going, that's a remake kill! Decay goes down!
Crimzo with a 3-man bio!
This is their time to shine! The setup is there, and Dante follows it up!
That's an ungodly team fight from Dante. They've done enough.
Free shatter. This Mag just drops it down right there. We see the charge come through at the end. Stunned out of it though. It's a counter charge, counter pin still. The Outlaws are toppling. Too much time writing in the chat, not enough focusing on the game itself. This is going to be lead down to absolutely nothing. They need to keep a body on, but it's futile. Stopped just short. They ended up getting the capture there, but the Justice, they can see the win condition in this scenario. Still just trying to work around the cart. That's a lot of damage onto Happy. Forces out a recon out of Coalescence. That's Dante. Removed. The Transcendence healing. Not enough to save him in a time. It's going to be a nice eat there from Fury as well. And now they are really in a tight pitch situation. The Houston Outlaws for that Transcendence. Well, Crimzo had to drop down to the low ground to try and get the value out of it. So Justice aren't going to be winning out this team fight.
Once again, though, setup. First kill comes from Assassin getting a manual hack. And you can see how smart he is. Look.
Decay, pulse bomb in hand. It could be a perfect counteract to this rally. Dreamer falls. It could be excellent for them. Dante just trying to find his way back in. He's on 100 health. They need to try and commit ultimates into this. The EMP, it's a bit rushed. Right into the corner and closer gets off the sound barrier. It's perfect. Right onto every single target he wanted. And the Outlaws, well, this is it. Losing out this team fight, that's going to be capped up. And look at that, 0.3 meters is what stands between them and completing the map. And I don't think anyone is around to try and stop that.
Well, wait there. Dreamer is, but he's hacked and killed immediately. Got the mines on the objective. Dante goes down, and we are heading to a map 5.
Dreamer really couldn't do anything about it. The Justice, they get the opening pickoff that they needed right now, and the Outlaws struggling to find answers. It's Dreamer who's the one who's supposed to be disrupting this composition with the power drives. Need to see something massive from Happy and Dante potentially. They're going to be trying to engage. That's Crimzo taken out. The dive is there. Now we're looking for one target after another. Happy does get 2. Still alive. Quite low though. Doesn't have the recall. Has to back off 7. Yes, and he ends up going down to the whip shot there as well. Fury D-Mac, the stick into the back. Oh my goodness. Quite sure what happened there. The translocator, I think,
the translocator,
well,
yep.
Yeah, just to dislodge it. You can escape it. It does work that way, and it does result in the Houston Outlaws at least getting that capture. On top of it in Crimzo, he's just evaporated, taken out of the map. EMP from Assassin only catches onto Jake, who was on the high ground there, but it has the rally armor to stay alive. Dreamer will be taken out there from that self-destruct. Okay, the sound barrier from the Justice will give them a bit of health now to work with as well, with Mag with the Primal Rage. Really just pushing them right into a tight corner, either that or off the map, and Jake is taken away. 62% still. The Outlaws have players to commit, and now they're committing the Transcendence. Everything pushed into this fight right now.
Bebe is so weak though, and he doesn't go down. Perhaps just getting the benefit of the most recent patch, where his grapple, his suck, gives him back a little more healing as he manages to stay
around. That's Fury getting D-Meg to Coalescence. Comes through, doesn't get too much now to EMP, that's on 4. The post bomb stick, Fury around the corner. It takes out Happy, but I think the damage is done. Rolling right through them, the Houston Outlaws. They just need a couple of more picks to try and close this one out, but Dreamer, he's off the map. Now Closer sends out the sound barrier and everybody is healthy. The Washington Justice, they don't want to give this one up, but Crimzo's still alive. Still putting in the damage of the Discord Orbs, and he's built up another Transcendence. The team is happy and healthy. With the overtime burning, it's looking inevitable, and Assassin's unable to get there in time with the EMP.
This match just...
Crimzo again sending in the damage from afar.
Could have been game over.
They're looking for something. Dante putting in a decent amount of spam there with the SMG. Right to the back, but that's Crimzo taken out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With no fade, it doesn't even matter. The Washington Justice are hunting down the targets. It's meticulous, one after the other.
Yeah, we were watching through the eyes of the Houston Outlaws. Instead, it's Crimzo on Decay.
Decay ends up going down. Crimzo's still putting in the damage, but look at this, the Justice, they've leapt right up to the choke point. They don't really have the cooldowns to take the fight continued, but they are still going to be building up the percentage on this point. They didn't let it flip over. You remember back into that first control map, it was the Outlaws who were playing the point so heavily, they flipped it out multiple times in that map number 1. This time the Justice are more aware of it.
And especially on this particular stage.
They have the EMP, Dante up on the high ground, gets the hack, there's the mines. Do they want to commit this? Crimzo's fallen. Down and out again, the post bomb down. That is dropped onto the floor, and Fury will be demected in the end. It's an overtime scenario. The Washington Justice, they don't have too many ultimates left to use, and the Outlaws, well, they're just going to slowly whittle them away and take this point back.
A great dive there from Happy and Dreamer. Good coordination. And
this opportunity, they're not going to waste it in the slightest. Sound barrier to lead them in. That's a good pulse, though, from Happy. Not enough to turn it or get the pick, with Piggy falling, though. Oh, my goodness. This looks like the Washington Justice are really just slowly securing it, squeezing the life out of them. Hack here up onto the high ground, potentially. Decay just trying to hunt down the targets that he's looking for. He has forced out that recall. Happy on 20 health, has to just back away. He's so low from this one, and the Justice, they're so healthy. The Coalescence is online. It's just beaming everybody down. They're getting soaked all over the objective, pushed away from it. With the overtime going now, the Justice, they want to bring this to a 3rd and final round. And they're seconds away from it being a reality.
And there it goes again as the EMP comes out for a pile drive. No specific target though under pressure from the Justice as Mag is once again hacked.
It's a hack coming out as well though onto Piggy. Fantastic work. They just take him out straight away. The tracking from Decay has been immaculate, but Crimson with the volley right from behind Jake removes him, but not before the damage is done. Houston did flip the point over. A little bit behind. Closer sends in the sound barrier. The Justice is still looking to find this, and the EMP, it only connects onto 2, but it is the tanks. Big targets to try and capture, to try and lock down here. Do they have the damage? It doesn't quite look like it. As the backline is gone, Assassin is just absolutely ripping through them.
Absolutely brutalizing the whole of the Outlaws here. And he's been kept immortal this entire time as well. He doesn't have those Brig armor packs to be able to work off, or a Harmony Orb, anything like that. But his team is supporting him so well, and the coordination with Fury is good.
Edging on and off here to post one. It's going to be a bit of a whiff. Still now the overtime going. Is there anyone from the Outlaws who can keep this going? So much pressure. They're all being taken down low. Dodging in and out, weaving between the point, but with Dreamer falling. It's the last play that could really realistically touch. Decay's in the back, the post bomb connects! Again, Crimzo, and if that doesn't seal the deal, I don't know what will. The coalescence ends, and so does the map. The Justice are going to Hawaii. They win it out in map 5 all the way, and you can see how much it means to them, the entire squad, this season overall. It hasn't been what they hoped, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is how well you do in the overall playoffs, and they're going there.